Here we go on our Tuesday edition of the Orange and Brown Talk podcast, our Hey Mary Kay edition of the podcast. And Mary Kay, I'm taking the questions today. We didn't ask for questions. I'm just going to throw them out at you because I think I know what everyone wants to talk about. Here's, I guess, what I'm wondering today. What do you think the conversations are like at the Browns facility this morning? What do you think it was like when everybody's showing up for work and Joe Burrow and the Bengals kind of just did everything the Browns wanted to do this year? What do you think it's like around there today?
Well, I think when you take into consideration yesterday and then all of the divisional games, I think they are really recognizing that they have to really get in line with these other explosive offenses if they want to be able to compete in their own division and in the AFC at large. It's pretty obvious that the passing offenses have passed them by, and they really need to get up to speed with this. And I think that the conversations are intense and serious. I think they probably have been for a while, and I think they will continue to be that. And as we're taping this, I'm going to be heading down to the Senior Bowl this week. I think that as they go through their evaluations at the Senior Bowl and over the next few weeks, and as they look into free agency, they will be looking at ways to make their offense more explosive and also ways to stop the Joe Burrows, even though I think they're in pretty good shape. Defensively right now, I think they have to keep the pedal to the metal and not let up in that regard.
There has to be a little more to it because it is Joe Burrow and the Bengals, and it's happened so quickly for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think that they're probably looking at Joe Burrow and wishing that they had better quarterback play this year. And I think that they are hoping against hope that they do get better quarterback play out of Baker Mayfield. But I think that they have to, and I've been saying this all along, they have to leave no stone unturned. They have to look around and see if they can get better quarterback play either elsewhere or from their own quarterback. I think that's probably the reigning feeling that they have right now. And when you look at the Bengals, though, I would have to say, I think on some level, they probably feel like they match up pretty well against the Bengals. Now, that could be a dangerous line of thinking because I do think that when you look to the 41-16 victory by the Browns in Cincinnati, first of all, they were running high on emotion. That was Odell's gone. We're going to try to pull together. We're going to try to win a football game. I think Baker Mayfield was running on emotion that weekend. But also, I just think that 99-yard pick six of Denzel Ward's, I think it really took the Bengals out of their game. And I don't know that they ever recovered from that. I don't think they did. Had they gone down and scored there instead of that pick six, could have been a completely different ball game. And the Browns also did something pretty incredible that day, and that is they shut down Jamar Chase. They made it their focus. Their point of emphasis was to shut down Jamar Chase, and they did it. But I think that the Bengals learned a lot from that game. I think they figured out in that game that once that ever happened again, that they were going to have to find a way to beat it, and that a team was not going to take away their top guy again, and that amazing connection between Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and that they were going to have nothing else after that. So I think they figured some things out in that game.
I don't know how close the Browns are to the Bengals, honestly. I think, if we went through position by position, there'd certainly be some areas where the Browns were better and there'd be areas where the Bengals were better. I think they're not that far off, but for whatever reason, the Bengals got the job done, and the Browns a couple years in a row now haven't.
Absolutely. And I think it's because of their amazing quarterback. I mean, look at Joe Cool. I mean, he is so good at his job. And I think that I do think that that game, that loss to the Cleveland Browns was somewhat of a turning point for him and for them. And I think it might have been the best thing that happened to them on their road to the Super Bowl. Because like I said, they had to dig deep and figure out, oh crap, what do we do if they take away Jamar Chase like that again? And it really didn't happen much the rest of the season for the most part. They got him untracked when they didn't. They learned to use their other receivers. I think Joe Burrow learned that he occasionally had to be a little bit more mobile at times and try some things. And look, they overcame a sort of a porous offensive line too. I mean, he was sacked 9 times the week before. And they still found a way to overcome that. They overcame adversity. And so I think that the Browns are looking at this, and I think they have to be thinking, if we don't get better quarterback play, we're doomed. They have to be looking at it like that. So, I mean, there's just no way. I think that they have to look ahead in the AFC North, and they have to know they've got to be able to beat Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase and company. They're going to have to beat Lamar Jackson, which they have not done with any consistency over the years. And he's going to come back healthy, and he's going to come back with a much better supporting cast and a much better defense next year. And then they have the unknown factor of who is going to be playing quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will they try to hit a home run and go after a Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson or an Aaron Rodgers, and all of a sudden the Browns have to contend with that? I think the Browns know right now at this moment that quarterback is issue number one, and receiver, especially a fast, speedy receiver, is issue number two.